December to order. Can you call the roll, Madam Clerk?
Trustee Mills, Trustee Newell,
Present.
Trustee Palafis.
Present.
Trustee Stanton.
Present.
Trustee Gata.
Present.
Mayor McLeod.
Present. Trustee Newell, can you listen to the pledge?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Trustee Mills has an excused absence. Thank you, Trustee Newell. This meeting is being broadcast live and will be shown again on our cable system as is usual practice. Move on to item number 3, recognition of the audience. This is the time if some of the audience has a question or concern they want to bring before the village board or the village staff. Now is the time to do it. Going once, twice, 3 times, we'll move on. Chair to accept a motion to approve the minutes of the November 19th, 2018 meeting. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
There's a motion, there's a second. Any questions or comments on the minutes? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the ayes have a motion carried. Move on to consent agenda. Is there a motion?
Make a motion for the omnibus vote of A through M.
I'll second. There's a motion, a second. The items on the consent agenda consist of A, approval of the agenda, B, approval of the schedule of bills for December 3rd, 2018 in the amount of $1,711,624.75. C, request approval of an ordinance adopting the budget for all corporate purposes of the Village of Hoffman Estates, Cook and Kane Counties, Illinois, in lieu of the appropriation ordinance for the fiscal year commencing on the first day of January 2019 and ending on the 31st day of December 2019. D, request board approval of an ordinance authorizing the levy and collection of taxes for the corporate and municipal purposes of the Village of Hoffman Estates for the fiscal year began the first day of January 2019 and ending on the 31st day of December 2019. E, request board approval of a resolution abating a portion of the 2018 tax levy series 2017A and 2017B general obligation bonds. F, request board approval of a resolution abating a portion of the 2018 tax levy series 2015A and 2015C taxable general obligation bonds. G, request board approval of a resolution abating a portion of the 2018 tax levy, Series 2015B general obligation bond. H, request board approval of a resolution abating a portion of the 2018 tax levy, Series 2018 general obligation refunding bond. I, request board approval of the fiscal year 2019, fiscal year 2026 capital improvements program. J, request board authorization to purchase excess workers' compensation insurance from Elliott Misero Insurance Services. K, request board authorization to award a contract for the 2019 Northwest Fourth Fest fireworks display to Melrose Pyrotechnics, Inc., Kingsbury, Indiana, in an amount not to exceed $40,250. L, request board authorization to lease the following equipment for the police and fire departments from Proven IT, Tinley Park, Illinois, low bidder. A, 4 Canon C550i digital color copier printer scanner for an annual lease price of $8,256 for the police department. 1 Canon C5501 digital color copier printer scanner for an annual lease price of $2,232 for the fire department. C, enter in a 5-year maintenance agreement for all 5 machines with Proven IT for a per copy charge not to exceed .00275 for black and white copies and .0275 for color copies. M, request board authorization to 1, waive formal bidding, and 2, purchase 1 replacement Doosan 100 kW portable generator through Sourcewell, formerly NJPA contract pricing from Roland Machinery, Bolingbrook, Illinois, in an amount not to exceed $58,301. Are there any questions on any of these items? Do you want me to read them all again? We do have a motion, a second. If there's no questions, can you poll the board, Madam Clerk?
Trustee Newell,
Aye.
Trustee Palafis.
Aye.
Trustee Stanton.
Aye.
Trustee Gata.
Aye.
Trustee Arnett.
Aye.
Mayor McLeod.
Aye, motion carried. Move on to 6, President's Report. I believe we have some proclamations.
Yes, we do, and I have the first one. Office of the Mayor Proclamation. Whereas exemplary public service employment is of vital importance in assuring provision of services directed toward the health, welfare, and safety of the citizens of any community, and whereas the Public Works Department has upon its roster an individual who should be commended for assisting said department in faithfully serving the citizens of this community, and whereas length of service, coupled with continued training and positive attitude toward assigned job tasks, make a profile of this dedicated employee. And whereas the Village of Hoffman Estates, on behalf of its citizens, desires to acknowledge its indebtedness and gratitude for 30 years of dedication and proficiency in the aforementioned department. Be it therefore resolved that William D. McLeod, acting under and by the virtue of the authority vested in him by the Constitution of the State of Illinois and the laws of this Village of Hoffman Estates, hereby proclaim Wednesday, December 12, 2018, as Stephen Pedersen Day in the Village of Hoffman Estates, and urge all employees and citizens of the village to join us in expressing gratitude and appreciation to this employee who may have assisted them with outstanding service.
Chair will accept a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second. We appreciate the great job Stephen has done. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have a motion carried. Director Nebel, you give this to Steve with our thanks. Keep that snow from coming down, too.
Office of the Mayor Proclamation. Whereas the holiday season between Thanksgiving and New Year's Day is one of the deadliest and most dangerous times on America's roadways due to an increase in impaired driving. Since 1981, every president of the United States has demonstrated the commitment to preventing impaired driving by proclaiming December as National Drunk and Drugged Driving Prevention Month, or more recently, National Impaired Driving Prevention Month. And whereas approximately one-third of all traffic crash fatalities in the United States involve drunk drivers with blood alcohol concentrations of 0.08 or higher, in 2016, there were 10,497 people killed in these preventable crashes. In fact, on average, over the 10-year period from 2006 to 2016, more than 10,000 people, excuse me, died every year in the drunk driving crashes. And whereas one recent study, the latest version of NHTSA's roadside survey of alcohol and drug use by drivers, found a large increase in the number of drivers using marijuana or other illegal drugs. In this 2014 survey, nearly 1 in 4 drivers tested positive for at least one drug that could affect safety. And whereas through research, public awareness campaigns, and state safety grant programs, National Highway Transportation Safety Administration, the NHTSA, demonstrates its commitment to eliminating impaired driving. Be it therefore resolved that William D. McLeod, acting under and by virtue of the authority vested in him by the Constitution of the State of Illinois and laws of the Village of Hoffman Estates, hereby proclaims December 2018 as National Drugged and Drunk Driving Prevention Month in the Village of Hoffman Estates, and urges all Hoffman Estates residents and businesses to join in its observance by committing to the practice of impairment-free, safe driving conditions at all times.
Chair would accept a motion.
So moved.
Second.
There's a motion is second. Any questions? See none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have a motion carried. Dr. Savidja, will you accept this for us? Thank you for the great work of your department. We do have a great citizen award that we're going to give right now. Is Mr. Ken Rosenfeld in the house? Ken, can you come up to the microphone here? Bring your fan club with you, too. Everybody come on up. Okay, this was brought forward by a neighbor of your brother's. I would like to nominate Ken for the Great Citizen Award for his quick and selfless thinking to help my family out during the power outage. Ken is my brother's neighbor who lives in Hoffman Estates. My elderly mother lives with my brother and his family of 5. When the blizzard hit late Sunday evening and my brother's house lost power due to the power lines being down, Ken quickly came over to check up on them. Ken realized how difficult it would have been for his neighbor, especially with little children, and an elderly mother to make it without heat or any electricity during an active blizzard. Ken decided to drive to his office, which ended up taking 2 hours, during the blizzard to pick up a backup generator for his neighbor. Around 12 a.m. Monday, Ken returned to the house, got the generator working, and maintained the fuel for 2 days until the power was restored. I feel like this act of kindness should be recognized. My family and I are extremely grateful for Ken's selfless thinking and going out of his way to ensure the safety of my family. So Ken, the Village of Hoffman Estates, is proud to present the Great Citizen Award to Ken Rosenfeld on Monday, December 3rd, 2018, in recognition of his selfless acts of kindness in assisting his neighbors, the Hussein family, during the 2018 Thanksgiving weekend blizzard. Mr. Rosenfeld acted quickly when the blizzard hit, which caused a loss of power for him and his neighbors. Knowing they had small children and an elderly resident, Mr. Rosenfeld drove 2 hours through the storm to retrieve a generator from his office, bringing it home and setting it up for the Hussein family so they could have heat. In addition, Mr. Rosenfeld continued to maintain the fuel for the generator for 2 days. Thank you, Mr. Rosenfeld, for your kindness, for helping the village continue to grow to greatness. Ken, you want to introduce everybody you got here?
Well, this is my family of 5, actually 4. The other 2, one's in college. Other one's at a basketball game tonight, so she was kind of sad to miss it, but we prefer to stay in school. This is the mother of all my children, and it's a friend back there, a business friend. So,
Hello, friend. And who else is back there? You folks.
that's the neighbors.
Will you come on up, too? Come on up. Ken, we appreciate what you did. It shows what great people we have living in this great community, that you care about other people in the midst of a horrible snowstorm. Thank you. You want to come up and make the rounds and shake hands, Ken, with everybody here? Nice going, Ken. Now let's get everybody up right in front. Ken, you can't get away that quickly. Let's get everybody up here, and we'll get some. If you want pictures taken with your phone, Suzanne will do that.
Can we come a little more to this side, please? Get everybody in the middle.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Try, you know what, hold on, give me 1 second. I'm gonna go from up top to see if I can get all the little ones in.
You're too
All right.
tall, Ken.
Here we go, ready? 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. And there's little kids, so we'll take one more for good measure. 1, 2, 3. Maybe. 1, 2, 3. Great. Okay, hold still,
Now the
hold
other
still,
camera.
hold still.
Hold
We got
on.
one more
There you
phone.
go. Nobody leave.
Okay. Everybody ready? Here we go.
Ready.
1, 2, 3. Looks good. All right. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Nice to meet you. Thank you. Thank you all. It's great, great citizen. We do have one more great citizen. We're going to do it in 2 weeks because the individual wasn't able to be here. I do have an appointment, James Stiegel to the Arts Commission.
So moved.
I'll second. Motion is second. Any questions? See none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the ayes have a motion carried. And Anita Flanagan, resignation from the Arts Commission.
So
Yes.
moved with regrets.
Yeah,
se-
really, it's
I'll
pretty
second.
much, I think, what everybody thought, but hey,
Yeah.
she's got things going on.
Been babysitting a lot.
Yeah, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the ayes have it, motion carried. We do have some events coming up. We have the Commissioner for People with Disabilities for the Village is having a holiday party on December 7th, 2018, from 6:30 to 8:30, if people want to stop by here, and this will be at the Village Hall. And there's a property tax appeal session for Schaumburg Township that will be conducted here on Wednesday, December 12th, 2018. It's starting at 6 p.m. Cook County Board of Review Commissioner Dan Patlick will be there to help folks figure out how they can appeal their assessments if they so desire. We had, on Tuesday, the November 27th, we had the DARE graduation out of Lincoln Elementary. And on Wednesday, the 28th, we had the Joint Review Board for the AT&T property, followed by Wine Wednesday at First Place up on the north side. On Thursday, I attended the transportation meeting for the Northwest Municipal Conference. And I want to thank everybody who went to the Hoffman Estates High School for the presentation that was here at Village Hall for the students, because I was otherwise engaged with the NWMC. And on Saturday, the Teddy Bear Holiday Party, I was not able to make that because I was here at Village Hall with Amanda Marson working on raising funds for the food pantries. She was taking pictures of people for the holidays, and they donated food and money to the township food pantries. And on Sunday, December 2nd, this was great. I attended the 70th wedding anniversary of the Gonzalez family. They're both 89. And they renewed their vows for the 6th time that day. And they look younger than I do. They really look great, and they're very happy together. As he said, hey, this woman married me 6 times. I told him, you got to be doing something good. He said, actually, it's 73 years because, we were like engaged 3 years before we got married. And I said, well, why did you wait 3 years? And Mrs. Gonzalez said I was 15 at the time, so we waited 3 years. Wow. And I said, don't tell my wife, because we had an engagement for 4 years, so I would be even more trouble than I already am. Thank you, Joni. Tonight, there was the 60th Anniversary Commission meeting, which I'm glad took place. I wasn't in at it, obviously. I'm not in the commission, but we appreciate those for folks who serve, several of them who are sitting right up here at the podium here. And I think that's all I have for now. We'll move on to trustee comments. We'll start with trustee Newell.
Holy cows, okay. Only got a couple of things. On the 20th, of course, with everyone else, attended the budget meeting for the year. On the 28th, the JAWA meeting. And the first, the Teddy Bear Tea, which was really the largest, I think, attendance that we've ever seen. And they were having such a good time. And I forget that lady's name who directs the kids, and she had them all going. Was that Jane? Yes, she had those kids going, and she just remembered all the teddy bears and their names.
Jane is an original resident of Hoffman Estates.
Yeah, I mean, she was really good at it, and they really were having a good time, so. And that's all I have. And who's next?
Trustee Gata.
There we go. Then on Tuesday, the 20th, Brookdale Holiday Event, which is at 1515 North Barrington Road. And then also that evening, we had the Special Finance Committee Budget Workshop meeting here at Village Hall. Then on Tuesday, November 27th, attended the DARE graduation at Lincoln Elementary School at 1650 Maureen Drive. And Mayor McLeod and Village Clerk Bev Romanoff was there with me, and Officer John Benning, he always does an excellent job with those kids. And then on Wednesday, the 28th, Wine Wednesday, that was at First Place Sports Bar and Grill, 1736 West Algonquin. And the Teddy Bear, Saturday, December 1st, Teddy Bear Holiday Kids Party, as Trustee Newell was saying, there was no question about the amount of kids, and she does an excellent job. And Trustee Anna Newell and Trustee Karen Arnett was with me. That's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you. Trustee Arnett.
Thank you. Also on the 20th, I attended the budget workshop. And then on the December 1st, I also attended the Teddy Bear party, which Jane really does, the whole commission does a really good job, and Jane really got her workout that day, too. And that's all I have.
Okay, Trustee Stanton.
Thank you. On the 20th of November, I had a meeting here with the mayor and Village Manager Jim Norris. We met with outgoing Commissioner Tim Schneider, and he actually gave us some good news. And was it a grant, wasn't it, Jim? Or
It was a request to provide him up to $150,000 in MFT-eligible projects, and we have done so. We did the, I believe it was the ITEP grant, the Shoe Factory Road Bike Trail that runs up to the tollway to offset our local share, and then another road, and I can't remember which road it was, but we did submit that to them, and we're waiting to hear.
Great. All right, the second thing was, that day was the Brookdale Holiday event, and then we had the budget meeting also on that day. On the 27th, I was busy getting my tires repaired, or not repaired, but replaced. Wasn't able to make the DARE graduation. It took them 3 hours to get the new tires on. I don't know what they were doing, but I was reading the paper all that time. Anyway, on the 29th, I was here for the Hoffman Estates High School presentation. Jim, you did an excellent job, and so did all the staff.
Thank you.
And so did Gary Palafis, for that matter. Taking your place, Mayor, he did do a good job.
Good.
And I did stop at the Teddy Bear Holiday Party. The three of the other trustees were already gone. It was 1:30 I got there, but I got to see Santa. I don't know if you saw him or not by the time you left. Okay. He was already talking to the kids and putting them on their lap and everything else, so the kids were having a great time, and they passed out little teddy bears.
Right.
And that's it for me, except for one thing. Joni, if you're watching this, I'm sorry that I scared the heck out of you as you were walking away there. I know I was going at a pretty good clip, but it was only about 20 to 25. So please forgive me.
Thank you, Trustee Stanton. I don't speak for Mrs. McLeod. Trustee Palafis, what do you have, sir?
Yeah,
Thank you for
and
doing
it
that
speeds like that, I
presentation.
can't imagine why you have your tires replaced so often.
That's why I could go to those speeds.
3 hours, they're bald on the edges. So like Trustee Stanton said, I was at a lot of the similar things. The Brookdale Holiday event was fun. The pies are delicious, and getting to see some of the people we don't get to see all year is fun over there. And then followed by the budget meeting. Great job, Rachel, to you and your staff as always, and all the department heads for explaining all of the ways you plan to spend money. Also on Thursday 29th, like Trustee Stanton said, I was here pinch hitting for the mayor for the Hoffman Estates High School AP Gov classes, I think is what they're called. And I was impressed by Professor Norris and and his cadre of guys, Joe and Lieutenant Pools and the
Did Greg get demoted?
Yeah, he's lieutenant.
I'm sorry, yeah, Deputy Chief.
Merry Christmas.
Sorry, oh my God, don't tell him. And you guys all did a great job, and fire, as well. And then, tonight, what a great neighborly thing to do, drive 2.5 hours in a snowstorm. Hats off to that gentleman, and we should all have neighbors like him. So that the mayor does.
I do.
To the south of him. All right. That's all for me.
Okay, thank you. We'll move on to C, the village manager's report.
Just thank you to the board, finance committee, and capital improvements board for the time put in reviewing the 2019 budget, and a special thank you to the primary budget team of Dan, Rachel, and Anthony Fasciota for all their hard work putting the final document together and making the final decisions.
Thank you. I'll move on to 6D, the village clerk's report.
During the month of November, 136 FOIAs were processed and 50 passports.
We had 3 on Saturday when I was here.
FOIAs?
Yeah, no, not FOIAs, the
Passports?
passports.
Oh, no, they weren't prepared.
Oh,
So there was
Well.
only one that came through, actually was done on Saturday.
well, at least they found out what they had to do.
Yes, they
Yeah,
did.
one guy was there twice, so I figured there was a problem.
Yeah.
Move on to E, committee reports, planning, building, and zoning chairperson Stanton.
We will be meeting next week on December 10th, 2018 at 7 o'clock right here in the council chambers. We'll have a roll call, and after that, approval of the minutes for November 12th, 2018. Then the approval of the minutes of November 19th, 2018, which was a special meeting. We have two items under new business. First is request by Camping World, known also as Gander Outdoors, for a courtesy review for a new building with outdoor display at the southeast corner of Beverly Road and Prairie Stone Parkway. Second is request approval of a resolution to induce development interest in property that is within the Village of Hoffman Estates for development as a redevelopment project area, which is Lakewood Center redevelopment. After that, we'll have, three reports. First is the Planning Division Monthly Report. Second is the Code Enforcement Division Monthly Report. Third is the Economic Development and Tourism Monthly Report. From there, we go to the President's Report, and after that, we have nothing in other or items in review at this time, so we'll be looking for a motion to adjourn.
Okay, move on to General Administration Personnel, Trustee Arnett.
Thank you. Immediately following the Planning, Building, and Zoning Committee, we will hold the General Administration and Personnel Committee for the Village of Hoffman Estates on December 10th, 2018. We will begin with a roll call, then we'll have the approval of minutes for November 12th, 2018. We have 6 reports under information only. First one would be request approval of 2019 Village Board and Standing Committee meetings schedule. Number 2 is request approval of an ordinance declaring village property surplus and permitting the sale of personal property owned by the village. Number 3 would be request approval of a contract extension with Prestec for 2019 printing of the Citizen Newsletter. 4 would be Cable TV Monthly Report. 5 is Human Resources Management Monthly Report. And 6 is Legislative Operations and Outreach Monthly Report. We'll proceed to President's Report if there's anything other, nothing in other or items in review, and we will ask for an adjournment.
Thank you. Move on to Transportation Road Improvement, Vice Chairperson Stanton.
Oh, that's right. Karen's not here. We'll have a roll call after General Administration and Personnel, and then approval of the minutes of November 12th, 2018. Under new business, there's 2 items. First is request authorization to approve a letter of intent with the State of Illinois for the Barrington Road, Central Road to Algonquin Road project. And 2 is request authorization to award a contract for Phase 1 engineering of the Invest in Cook Beverly Road project. The request for qualifications review was started on November 6th. That is a tentative new business item. Then we go into reports, which is 1, Transportation Division Monthly Report. From there, President's Report. We have nothing in other. There is an item in review, but that doesn't come up until May of 2019, and that's discussion of parking permit program in the Washington Boulevard and Alcoa Lane area. And then we will adjourn.
Okay, thank you. Move on to Public Works and Utilities, Trustee Newell.
Okay, immediately following the Transportation and Road Improvement Committee, we'll have the Public Work and Utility Committee on December 10th. We'll have a roll call. We'll have the approval of minutes from the November 26, 2018 meeting, and we'll only have reports for information only, and there are only 2. One is the Department of Public Works Monthly Report, and the second one will be the Department of Development Services Monthly Engineering Report of the Transportation and Engineering Division. If the President wishes and has anything to add, nothing under other items in review, and then we will adjourn.
Thank you. I'll move on to Public Health and Safety, Trustee Gata.
Immediately following Public Works and Utilities, Public Health and Safety Committee will hold their meeting on December 10th, 2018. We'll have a roll call to establish a quorum. Number 2, approval of minutes of November 26, 2018. Under new business, we don't have anything. Reports of information only. And then there's the 4 departments. 1, the Police Department Monthly Report, Health and Human Services Monthly Report, the Emergency Management Coordinator Monthly Report, the Fire Department Monthly Report. If the President has anything else to add, nothing in other items in review, and we will adjourn.
Thank you. Move on to Finance, Trustee Palafis.
Last but not least, we will call to order immediately following Public Health and Safety to establish a roll call and quorum. We will have the request for the approval of minutes for November 26, 2018, as well as November 20th, 2018. We have one item under new business at this time, which is a request approval of a resolution establishing higher back rates for police and fire personnel for the period of January 1st through December 31st, 2019. And then we will also file and recognize the reports, information only, For the Finance Department monthly report, which will be a request for deferral, the Information Systems Department monthly report, and the Sears Center monthly report. If need be, a President's report, anything in other that folks would like to approach the committee on, no items in review, and then a request for adjournment.
Thank you. Move on to 7, additional business. 7A, request board approval of an ordinance amending Section 8-3-22, number of licenses of Article 3 alcoholic liquors of the Hoffman Estates Municipal Code, decrease the number of Class A licenses, Lily's Mexican Restaurant, Inc., 1624 West Algonquin Road, Hoffman Estates. Chair would accept a motion.
So
A
moved.
second.
Motion is second. Any discussion? See no discussion. Can you poll the board, Madam Clerk?
Trustee Newell?
Aye.
Trustee Palafis?
Aye.
Trustee Stanton?
Aye.
Trustee Gata?
Aye.
Trustee Arnett?
Aye.
Mayor McLeod?
Aye, motion carried. For the information of anybody who may be watching, this restaurant is going to be reopened under new ownership.
El Agave, they came
El
through
Agave.
the other day for their liquor license.
Right. So the rest of, there will be a
Should
restaurant
be
there.
up and going.
They're
even.
open now.
Yeah.
Okay. Good news. Okay, we'll move on to 8, adjournment to executive session. Trustee Stanton is the legal brains of this operation. Can you tell us, make a motion for
Well,
an
I'll make a
executive session?
motion to adjourn into executive session for collective bargaining under 5 ILCS 120-2 -C-2 for land acquisition, 5 ILCS 120-2, /2-C-6, and for review of closed session meetings, 5 ILCS 120 /2 -C-21.
I'll second.
There's a motion, there's a second. Is any discussion on this motion? Seeing none, can you pull the board, Madam Clerk?
Trustee Newell?
Aye.
Trustee Palafis?
Aye.
Trustee Stanton?
Aye.
Trustee Gata?
Aye.
Trustee Arnett?
Aye.
Mayor McLeod?
Aye, motion carried. We are adjourned to executive session, and we will not be coming back out this evening. Thank you.